completely by surprise?
Ironically, the day that we found out was the day that my character was trapped in this dimension where he was having his heart cut out every day. And so it was a makeup process where I had to lay out on the table, and then once the makeup was complete, I was stuck on the table. So the makeup was complete, I get down on the table, and here comes Josh. Hey everybody, I have an announcement. We've been canceled. This will be the last season of the show. And everybody's like reacting and hugging each other and having these, and I'm stuck on the table by myself. And I was like, oh my God, I literally just had my heart cut out. And so I remember we're about to do a take, and somebody comes up to me and goes, man, it really sucks about the show being canceled. Got anything lined up? I was like,
While I've been laying here.
we just found out. Give me a break. So that's...
You know what, at that point, just say fuck it, get up and start hugging people. It's not like you're gonna get fired. You just got canceled, you know? True. You're the boss of you. Forget that, Jay.
Are you gonna do the song? Or?
Oh, shit. Taylor's gonna steak it up, steak it up. Okay. Oh, you're not doing that. I'm taking that down.
You're
Yeah, I'm really
what am I doing?
You're just doing one.
And then you come in for the last one the next time we do it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You were on Taylor's gonna steak. Okay. Okay. All right.
My question is for Nicholas.
Yes.
I like your character Kevin on Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
So my question is, how different was it playing Kevin and Xander?
It's funny because I think Kevin and Xander are very much alike because they both go to conventions, you know? Kevin's a Doctor Who fan. I believe Xander is. All I know, I'm writing the comics this year, which we made the New York Times bestsellers. So it's kind of sexy. New York Times bestselling author. It's sexy. But I found out that like Xander's a fan of macarettes. Exactly. Do you guys know what macarettes are?
They're a cookie, aren't they?
Oh, no, they're small little dolls. He's a macarette collection in his apartment, yeah.
Not even action figures?
No macarettes. And so they're just very, very much like, because Kevin knows a lot more about computers. There was a scene once where, because I have to speak like all eggheady, and there was a scene where we had rehearsed it, and I'm not good with, I don't know computers. So it took me like, usually if I do it 6 to 7 times, I'll have it memorized. I was on time 25 and it just wasn't sticking in. So finally I get it. We do a blocking rehearsal. We're about to go on stage, and AJ, one of the characters of the show, she comes up and says, hey Nikki, I hope you're not mad, but I kind of understand what you're saying, so we changed your lines. And I'm like, what? So the only time ever I read, I just cut it out, I said write it down, I taped it on my computer screen, and I George Clooney'd it.
Yeah, I like to think of Kevin as an older Xander.
Yeah, no, it's Xander 2.0.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Like horrible tie and shirt matches and stuff, yeah.
Ready? Sing it.
Oh shit! Vamps are gonna vamp. Taylor's gonna steak it up.
Nice, I like your choreography on that. That's good. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
I love all of you, and I basically watch everything you're in. So I have a question for all of you, which is, if you've reached it, or if you think there's a time you can reach it, when did you guys feel like you made it? You know? Like your big break, I guess. If you feel like you can get there, because I feel like I see a lot of actors in movies say, you know, I'm always like reaching farther.
No,
and I've never made it.
You know, there was a TED Talks on.
Great question, by the way.
It is, and it was he basically his whole life he's been studying like what's the answer to life? What's happiness? How do you obtain happiness? Low expectations. If you go with it, you'll be fine. You cannot be disappointed. So I'm cool wherever I'll let people take me wherever I go. Allison, season 1, she had said, we were in a trailer, she's like, Nikki, what's it gonna be like having a bunch of teenage girls like fawn and scream all over you? When she asked that question, it was the first time I'd ever thought about it, and so I think that's what I felt. And the first time I went to a makeup trailer, I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting paid to act. So it was season 1 of Buffy was kind of where I'm like, sweet, things change.
I think for me, I think Dexter was a big turning point for for me as far as the perception of my work in Hollywood. Because unfortunately, as great and as much as we love Buffy and Angel and as fantastic as we think it is, the Hollywood itself didn't necessarily give the show the credit that it was due. So there was, coming off of my run as Darla, I'd go on auditions for like network shows and stuff like that, and they wouldn't care about all the work I did on Buffy and Angel. Like it was like I hadn't done anything. And it's interesting because I'm doing the same work, but now I was doing it on Showtime, and all of a sudden people were going, "Oh, Julie Benz, Julie Benz," and it was like I've been doing the same work, but just because I'm on a different network that Hollywood watches. Not the rest of the world, but Hollywood watches. All of a sudden, I'm respected, and so I think for me that it gave me a stronger foothold in the industry. But it's sad that it took that show to do that. When I was on Buffy and Angel, I felt like I was in the best graduate school program ever, learning not just about my craft, but just about filmmaking in general, and every week they challenged us on so many different levels, emotionally, physically, artistically. I was terrified every week going to work. I mean, I had to sing in an episode. I had to be buried alive. I had to ride a horse through fire. I mean, there were all sorts of things that was asked of me that have never been asked of me again in that way. And yet, for some reason, just because Hollywood didn't watch the show, it didn't get the credit that it deserved. It was always thought of as a teen show, and it's so much more than a teen show, which is what I think we see today. But so I would say for me, I felt like I got a little more of a foothold in Hollywood because of my role on Dexter. But I still feel like I'm trudging along trying to make it. Like I still feel it's always, and I think that's what drives me as an actor and what keeps me moving forward and keeps me trying to better my craft and what I do is that never feeling satisfied.
It's actually funny because on that, like I was season 7 of Buffy, I had booked a pilot for Fox, but it was the guy named Ron Levitt who created Married with Children. So he wanted to see me, so I go to his office and I'm thinking he's going to talk about Buffy. He's like, "I'm a huge fan. I wrote a show for you." He's like, "Man, you were great in Psycho Beach Party." And I'm like, "Yeah, it was a great little movie, but it's so funny." Yeah, like Hollywood, it was not on anybody's radar. I thought he would be a fan of that. It's like, cool, I'll be going into this. It's like Psycho Beach Party. I'm like, all right, whatever gets me work. But it was yeah, it's so true, so true.
Me personally, I reject and don't believe in the concept of making it, especially in the profession of acting, because you see one person wins an Oscar, and then you never hear from them again. Or another person has it all, and then they die tragically in a bathtub. So I think, for me personally, the moments when I feel the most successful are when I'm sitting at that table and someone comes over and says, "The kids know you from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but we know you from Angel." I feel successful in that moment, but this idea of making it, I think, is an illusion that I don't buy into.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you very much.
Let's wrap it up with one last round. Ben's gonna bam, 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 bam. Taylor's gonna steak it up, steak it up. Thank you. One more time, everybody say, Ben's gonna bam, 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 bam. Taylor's gonna steak. Everybody steak it up, steak it up.